Daniel's story starts the way many do. At 22, he got his first real job. Nothing glamorous, customer service at a logistics company, but it paid a steady $45,000 a year. For the first time, money was coming in consistently. He felt proud, independent, grown up. Rent was $900 a month, car payment $320, a bit for insurance and groceries. At first, the freedom felt amazing. He bought a new phone, got subscriptions to Netflix, Spotify, a gym membership. He ordered Uber Eats 3 times a week, justified it as a reward for working so hard. But a few months in, Daniel noticed something unsettling. He had nothing left by the end of each month. Sometimes he was dipping into overdraft. He hadn't really bought anything extravagant, just little things. But that's the thing about money. It doesn't vanish in big dramatic purchases. It dissolves in the background, in $5 coffees and $30 dinners, and 11.99 subscriptions. It wasn't until his car broke down that reality punched him in the face. The mechanic quoted him $1,800. Daniel had $120 in his account. No savings. The rest went on a credit card, 22% interest. That breakdown ended up costing him more than $2,300 by the time he paid it off 18 months later. That moment was his wake-up call. He started researching money online, found out that most people, over 60%, live paycheck to paycheck. That more than half couldn't afford a $1,000 emergency without going into debt. He realized he wasn't alone, but he also realized he didn't want to be stuck like this. He started small, saving $50 a week. He opened a separate savings account labeled emergency. It felt pointless at first. $50 was barely anything, but after 6 months, he had over $1,200 saved, enough to cover most car problems, a month of rent, or an unexpected medical bill. He started reading more. A friend introduced him to a budgeting app. He synced it to his bank account. Within minutes, it showed him his spending breakdown. Daniel was shocked. $300 a month on food delivery, $150 on random Amazon stuff, over $90 on forgotten subscriptions. No wonder his account was always low. Budgeting wasn't about cutting everything. It was about awareness, control, power. He adopted the 50-30-20 method. 50% on needs, 30% on wants, 20% towards savings and investing. He felt in charge for the first time. The next hurdle was debt. That car repair credit card? Still hanging around. And he had another one by then. Combined balance, $7,800. He was throwing away hundreds in interest. Every time he made a minimum payment, it felt like trying to bail water out of a sinking boat with a teacup. He found a strategy called the avalanche method. Pay off the highest interest card first while making minimum payments on the rest. He cut back hard. No eating out, no new gadgets. He picked up a side gig walking dogs on weekends and funneled every extra dollar into that card. In 13 months, he was debt-free. It was one of the proudest moments of his life. That's when he discovered investing. He used to think investing was only for the wealthy. But then he learned that if you invest $200 a month for 30 years, assuming a 7% return, you'd have over $240,000. Double that to $400 a month, and it's nearly $500,000. Time, not money, is the most powerful force in investing. He opened a robo-investment account and started with $100. Then came his TFSA, his RRSP. Eventually, he bought shares of VTI, an ETF that held thousands of companies across the U.S. economy. He set his investing on autopilot. Every month, money flowed in, slowly but steadily. There was no instant payoff, no fireworks. But something changed in Daniel. He wasn't afraid of money anymore. He wasn't anxious every time his paycheck hit or worried about rent day. His financial life was no longer an emergency waiting to happen. It was a strategy unfolding. Years passed. His net worth grew. He tracked it like a game, not to brag, but to stay motivated. One day, he realized he could quit his job if he wanted to. He didn't have to, but he could. That was the point. He had options. That's what freedom looks like. If you asked Daniel today what changed his life, he wouldn't say it was some stock pick or business deal. He'd say it was the moment he decided to stop pretending money would fix itself. He'd tell you this: start small, start early, track every dollar, kill your debt, save for storms, invest for freedom, and read everything you can. Because money doesn't change who you are. It reveals what you believe. And once you believe you're capable of building wealth, you're already halfway there.